know Heidi has a stash of projects a mile long, thanks to all of the creative projects that she has created over the years. A fan favorite is a vintage Elaine's tacky glue technique and hot glue technique that creates the look of embossing, and it's really cool. I'm delighted to welcome my sister Eco, Heidi Borchers. Hi, Heidi.
Hi, Tiff. Thanks so much. Hey, and everybody, thanks for the birthday wishes of my Facebook friends. There was hundreds of them on Facebook. That was really sweet. I had a great birthday over the weekend, went and had some tea with my daughter and my granddaughter, and just the rest of the weekend very quiet. So today we're going to do some glue embossing. And when I talked to Tiffany on the phone yesterday, I said, I think I'll do both of them and show both of them. But then I thought, ooh, I don't want to confuse anybody. So I'm going to show you the technique, just kind of show you the old technique that we use with the wet glue, and then I want to show you the hot glue, because the hot glue is a really cool technique too. So I'm going to change to my cam, and Tiff, you can put up the one for the hot glue, and okay, this is the hot glue. This is what I'm going to show you today, and this is just using hot glue as a base. But what I wanted to kind of remind you is that there was one that I was showing before that is the wet glue. This one here is using the Elaine's tacky glue. So this one here is all with the wet glue, squeezing it out of the bottle. And I was thinking, you know, since I'm kind of teasing those of you that have not seen this, I think what I'll do for you in December or the end of November, I'll do an ornament for Christmas using this technique, because I really wanted to show you the fun technique with hot glue. Okay, unfortunately, what you have to use on this technique is you have to buy an Elaine's glue gun. And the reason for that is because it has some cool tips. And I don't think there's any other glue gun that has the tips. See these tips here? They have extra tips. So I put on the one that is a, what do they call this one? It's a fine line one. And that's what I have on my glue gun today. I have this fine line one. And this is the one that works really great with this technique. Okay, so let's get started. You need to make sure you heat your glue gun up for about 10 minutes. And you know what I'm going to show. And you probably want to test it first. Make sure that you can, sometimes to get a little bit more control, I'll pull it off the paper. And don't worry about the little strings. You're probably going to get strings. Okay, so always test. You should always test any of your products before you use them. Okay, now you can see that I put my sketch on here just lightly in pencil, and I'm going to go around and just follow my line. If you think that you can do it without a line, then that's okay too. And when I get to an end where I want to go, I kind of go back and forth so I don't get, so I'm putting the hot tip through the glue so that I don't have the strings. But if you get strings, we can take care of those in a minute. And just kind of follow the, and see how I've lifted my glue gun off. I don't have it on right directly on. I'm getting a little bit more control with my line if I keep it off. And I'm going to kind of go in the center. And when I end, I go back and forth, and then that little glue tail kind of goes over the tip, and that's what takes care of the strings. Okay, we want to put some little dots in here. Notice I put my glue gun down, I squirt a little bit, and then wrap it around so I don't have my string. And just keep going. Put another little dot. And over here, I kind of sketched a couple of little, you know, the really cool thing about the hot glue as opposed to the white glue is the hot glue is ready to go right away. You don't have to let it, because this is already almost set up. Okay, here's another leaf. And there you have it. Now, if you do have strings, which I ended up with one here, you're going to take your heat gun and you're just going to go over it really quickly. I don't have too many on this one. Just take except for when I put my hand into it. Now, the next thing you're going to do on this is you're going to paint it. And you have a couple of options. You can do like we did with the other glue embossing where you paint it white, would be a flat white, and then you can chalk it. But what I did with this one is I painted it black. And here you can see it's all painted black. Now, what I like to do on this particular one is I like to use different colors, and I like to use the Rub and Buff. Rub and Buff is kind of a waxy metallic paint. It comes in, I think, about 10 colors. And of course, this one's not wanting to come out. There it is. And you kind of put some on your finger, and then just kind of go over until it hits that embossing, the look of embossing that you got with the, and just kind of keep going over it. A little bit more. Now, if you want to add color and you don't have like the Rub and Buff, you can also use acrylic paint. I'll pour a little bit out here. And you can take a brush and just kind of tap on your color. And you can go over the edges just really quickly. It's not a precise, you just want a little color to it. This is supposed to be a poinsettia. That's what the picture was. And just kind of color over. And you can always pile on a little bit more. And I noticed too, I forgot to show you another technique. Hang on, let me show you a technique, another technique. So there's basically what you can do. Now, if you notice on this sample, I'm going to show you right here. I have some texture underneath. I have to kind of put the color on it to show you the texture underneath. If you want that texture underneath, before you go and putting your glue on, I think I have some extra time because I don't think we have as many creative. Okay, glue. You're going to put, so on your box, you would put, before I even put the thing, you put some glue on, and you take a card and immediately go through it and spread it on, and that gives you some texture on the background, and that would be before you go to put on like your kind of cool petals and everything. So put some texture on first before you put your pattern on. Now, also while I was sitting here, kind of listening to Tiffany give all of her cool announcements, I have a silicone sheet here, and I was putting on some of the glue. So here's another little tip that you can do with the hot glue. You can actually create different things. I just was doing some swirls, and then you could just put them onto different things before, or after. You could paint them or whatever. So I think I'll bring in this. Tiffany, did you? I wasn't even watching the screen. Did she show any of the other projects? This is the one that we're kind of doing today. Are there any questions? And now I'll look in the. Oh, there's an angel. There's an angel. And I think there was some boxes. There was a stack of boxes too. There you go. So it shows you can get different colors and just kind of have fun with it. The ones that are on the screen right now, I did not. I painted with acrylic paint. This one here is the one that I painted with all with Rub and Buff, and they were all painted black first. And all these boxes are cardboard, but you can use this technique on anything. anything that the hot glue will stick to, which pretty much it sticks to anything. You could use it on wood, metal, glass, because it'll stick on anything. And wouldn't this be a great quick project to do for Christmas presents? To have your all your pieces where they're decorated like this. You wouldn't have to wrap them, just do some hot glue embossing. So thanks everyone.